Welcome back. What if one of the world's oldest gemstones was hiding a secret that fooled kings, collectors, and even scientists for centuries? At first glance, green zircon looks like a gem from another world. Its brilliant flashes of green light seem almost unreal. Some stones sparkle so intensely that they can outshine diamonds. Yet despite its beauty, green zircon remains one of the most misunderstood gemstones on Earth. Many people have never even heard of it. Others confuse it with completely different stones. But hidden beneath its dazzling appearance is a story that stretches back billions of years. Long before humans existed, long before dinosaurs walked the Earth, and even before many continents had formed. And that is where the mystery begins. Green zircon is not just another gemstone. It is a survivor from Earth's distant past. But that was only the beginning. To understand why green zircon fascinates gem collectors and scientists alike, we need to travel deep into the history of our planet. Unlike many gemstones that formed hundreds of millions of years ago, some zircon crystals are far older. In fact, zircon is famous for being one of the oldest minerals ever discovered on Earth. Certain zircon crystals have been dated to more than 4 billion years old. Think about that for a moment. These tiny crystals existed when our planet was still young and chaotic. They witnessed the formation of oceans, continents, and the earliest chapters of Earth's story. Green zircon belongs to this remarkable family of minerals. The stone forms deep within the Earth's crust under intense heat and pressure. Over unimaginable stretches of time, volcanic activity, mountain-building events, and geological changes slowly bring these crystals closer to the surface. Eventually, people discover them hidden among ordinary rocks and sediments. But finding high-quality green zircon has never been easy. Some of the world's most famous deposits have been found in parts of Southeast Asia, especially Cambodia. Other deposits appear in Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Australia, and a handful of locations scattered across the globe. For centuries, miners searching riverbeds and rocky terrain occasionally uncovered strange green crystals that sparkled with unusual fire. At first, many had no idea what they had found. What happened next shocked everyone. As gemstone trading expanded across ancient trade routes, green zircon began appearing in royal collections and merchant markets. Its intense brilliance attracted attention immediately. In candlelight, the stone seemed alive. In sunlight, it produced flashes of color that captivated anyone who looked closely. Ancient traders carried zircon gemstones across kingdoms and empires. Some stones were worn as jewelry. Others were treated as protective talismans believed to bring wisdom, prosperity, and good fortune. Few people know that for centuries zircon was often mistaken for more famous gemstones. Some green zircons were believed to be rare emeralds. Others were sold as mysterious treasures from distant lands. This confusion only increased the stone's reputation. Collectors became fascinated by its unusual appearance. Royal courts valued beautiful gems not only for their wealth, but also for their symbolism. Throughout history, gemstones represented power, status, and divine favor. Although green zircon never achieved the fame of diamonds or rubies, those who truly understood gemstones knew they were looking at something special. And that's where the mystery deepened. Legends surrounding zircon began spreading across different cultures. Some believed the stone could protect travelers during dangerous journeys. Others claimed it brought peaceful sleep and chased away nightmares. Ancient folklore suggested that zircon carried energy from the earth itself. In certain traditions, people believed the stone helped reveal hidden truths. Whether these stories were true or not hardly mattered. The legend survived because the gemstone itself felt mysterious. Its intense sparkle seemed almost magical. Its age was beyond comprehension, and its origins were buried deep within the earth. As generations passed, stories grew larger. Some collectors whispered that exceptionally beautiful green zircons carried good fortune to their owners. Others claimed certain stones possessed strange histories, passing through the hands of nobles, merchants, and adventurers before disappearing for decades. Many of these stories remain impossible to verify, but they added another layer to the gem's growing legend. The truth was even more surprising. When modern science began studying zircon more closely, researchers made discoveries that transformed our understanding of the mineral. Unlike many gemstones, zircon possesses an extraordinary optical property. It bends and splits light in a way that creates incredible brilliance. This effect is known as double refraction. To the naked eye, green zircon can appear to sparkle with exceptional intensity. Some experts even describe it as one of the most brilliant natural gemstones available. Its flashes of light can rival gems far more famous and expensive. But beauty is only part of the story. Scientists realized that zircon crystals act like tiny geological time capsules. Inside these crystals are clues about Earth's earliest history. Researchers use zircon to study ancient geological events, helping them understand conditions that existed billions of years ago. Imagine holding a gemstone that contains information older than almost anything else on the planet. That is exactly what makes zircon extraordinary. And green zircon represents one of the most visually stunning forms of this ancient mineral. Its green color can range from pale mint shades to deep forest tones. Some stones display golden hints. Others reveal subtle blue or olive flashes under changing light. Every crystal tells a slightly different story. No two are exactly alike. But the biggest secret was still hidden. Despite its remarkable history and beauty, green zircon spent years living in the shadow of another gemstone with a similar name. Many people confuse zircon with cubic zirconia. At first glance, the names sound nearly identical, yet they are completely different. Cubic zirconia is a man-made material created in laboratories. Green zircon is a natural gemstone formed by geological processes over immense spans of time. This misunderstanding became one of the greatest challenges facing the gemstone industry. Countless people dismissed zircon simply because they assumed it was artificial. As a result, one of nature's most fascinating gems remained overlooked. Collectors who understood the truth recognized an opportunity. They knew green zircon offered exceptional beauty, rarity, and history. Gradually, appreciation for the stone began growing once again. Modern gemstone enthusiasts started seeking out high-quality specimens. Jewelry designers discovered its unique brilliance. Museums displayed remarkable zircon crystals as examples of Earth's geological history. Investors and collectors became increasingly interested. And for good reason. Fine green zircon remains relatively rare. Finding stones with excellent color, clarity, and cutting quality is not easy. As demand grows, exceptional examples become even more desirable. Today, green zircon occupies a unique position in the gemstone world. It appeals to collectors who want something unusual. It attracts scientists fascinated by Earth's ancient past. And it captivates jewelry lovers searching for beauty beyond the ordinary. Yet even all of this does not reveal the gemstone's most astonishing secret. The biggest surprise lies in its age. Many gemstones are millions of years old. Green zircon belongs to a mineral family that could be billions of years old. Not thousands, not millions, billions. Some zircon crystals formed during an era when Earth looked nothing like it does today. There were no forests, no animals, no human civilizations, only a young planet slowly taking shape. These ancient crystals survived volcanic eruptions, continental shifts, meteor impacts, and unimaginable geological transformations. They endured events that erased entire landscapes. Yet somehow they remained. Eventually, they emerged from the earth and found their way into human hands. That fact alone feels almost impossible. When you look into a green zircon gemstone, you are not simply seeing reflected light. You are looking at a survivor from the dawn of our world, a witness to Earth's earliest chapters, a messenger from a time so distant that the human mind struggles to comprehend it. And perhaps that is what makes green zircon truly special. Its beauty catches our attention. Its sparkle captures our imagination. but its history leaves us speechless. In a world filled with famous gemstones and legendary treasures, green zircon remains one of nature's greatest hidden wonders. Quietly brilliant, ancient beyond belief, and carrying secrets that began billions of years before humanity ever existed. The next time you see a flash of green light inside a zircon gemstone, remember what may be hidden within it. Not just beauty, not just rarity, but a fragment of Earth's oldest memories. A tiny crystal that survived the birth of our planet. And a reminder that some of the greatest treasures in the world are not the most famous ones. They're the ones still waiting to be discovered. Welcome back. For centuries, kings believed they possessed the world's greatest rubies. Empires fought over them. Crowns were built around them. Treasures were guarded because of them. Their deep red glow captured the imagination of rulers, warriors, and collectors alike. But there was one problem. Many of those legendary rubies were never rubies at all. They were something even more mysterious. A gemstone so misunderstood that it spent hundreds of years hiding behind another name. A stone that fooled kings, experts, and entire civilizations. Its name is spinel, and its story may be one of the most fascinating secrets in the history of gemstones. Spinel is one of the most beautiful gems ever discovered. It can appear in vivid red, bright pink, deep blue, purple, orange, and even black. Under the light, it shines with a brilliance that rivals many of the world's most famous gemstones. Yet for most of history, almost nobody knew what it truly was. Unlike diamonds, emeralds, or sapphires, spinel lived in the shadows. It was admired but rarely recognized, celebrated but often misidentified. That strange journey transformed spinel into one of the most mysterious treasures on Earth. But that was only the beginning. To understand spinel's remarkable story, we must travel back hundreds of years to the rugged mountains of Central Asia. Deep within what is now Afghanistan and Tajikistan, ancient miners searched for precious stones hidden inside the mountains. These remote regions contain some of the richest gemstone deposits in history. Among the treasures they discovered were glowing red crystals unlike anything they had ever seen. The stones were breathtaking. Their color resembled fresh drops of blood. Their brilliance seemed almost magical. Merchants and rulers quickly became obsessed with them. The gems traveled along ancient trade routes connecting Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. As they changed hands, stories about their beauty spread across continents. People believed they were rubies. No one questioned it. For centuries, these magnificent spinels entered royal collections under the name ruby. They decorated crowns, swords, necklaces, and ceremonial treasures. The mistake would continue for hundreds of years. And that's where the mystery deepened. As powerful kingdoms rose and fell, spinel became part of some of history's greatest treasures. One of the most famous examples is a giant red gemstone known as the Black Prince's Ruby. For centuries, this extraordinary stone was believed to be one of the greatest rubies in existence. It passed through wars, assassinations, and royal conflicts. The gem eventually became part of the British crown jewels. Even today, it sits prominently in the imperial state crown, one of the most famous crowns in the world. Millions of people have seen it. Few realize it is not a ruby at all. It is a spinel. The truth shocked historians when modern gemology finally revealed the stone's real identity. But the Black Prince's ruby was not alone. Another legendary treasure, known as the Timur ruby, carried a similar secret. This massive gemstone was treasured by emperors and conquerors across Asia. Its surface even contains inscriptions left by powerful rulers who once owned it. For generations, it was celebrated as one of the world's greatest rubies. Then science uncovered the truth. It was another spinel. What happened next shocked everyone. Experts began examining famous rubies around the world. Again and again, supposedly priceless rubies turned out to be spinels. The gemstone that nobody recognized had secretly become one of the most important jewels in royal history. Yet the stone's mysteries extended far beyond royal collections. Across different cultures, spinel became surrounded by legends and folklore. Some believed red spinels contained the strength of warriors. Others thought they could protect rulers from danger. Ancient traders carried them across deserts, believing they offered protection during long journeys. In some traditions, red gemstones symbolized courage, passion, and power. Because spinels often looked identical to rubies, they inherited many of these magical beliefs. People thought the stones could bring victory in battle. Some believed they strengthened the heart. Others claimed they carried spiritual energy. Whether these stories were true or not, they helped transform spinel into something more than a gemstone. It became a symbol, a treasure wrapped in mystery. And yet its greatest secrets were still hidden inside the stone itself. Few people know that spinel is scientifically extraordinary. Unlike many gemstones, spinel forms under extremely specific geological conditions. Its crystal structure creates remarkable durability and brilliance. This allows the stone to maintain its beauty for millions of years. One of spinel's most fascinating features is its color range. Many people associate spinel with rich red shades, but nature created far more than that. Spinels can appear in electric pink, violet, lavender, blue, orange, gray, and black. Some of the rarest blue spinels display colors so vivid they seem almost unreal. Collectors often compare them to the finest sapphires. The stone's brilliance comes from how it interacts with light. When properly cut, spinel can sparkle with incredible intensity. Its clarity is often exceptional. Unlike many gemstones that contain visible flaws, high-quality spinels can appear remarkably clean. This combination of color, durability, and brilliance makes spinel one of the most desirable gems among experts. Yet for many years, it remained undervalued. The reason was simple. Most people still didn't know what it was. But that situation would not last forever. As gemological science advanced during the 20th century, experts gained the tools needed to identify gemstones with precision. Suddenly, spinel stepped out of the shadows. Collectors realized they had overlooked something extraordinary. The gemstone once mistaken for ruby now began earning recognition under its own name. Demand increased. Prices climbed. Interest spread across international markets. Luxury jewelry designers started featuring spinel in their collections. Museums highlighted famous historical specimens. Gem enthusiasts searched for rare examples with exceptional colors. The gemstone's reputation grew rapidly. Many investors noticed another important factor. High-quality spinel remains significantly rarer than many people realize. Fine red spinels from legendary mining regions are increasingly difficult to find. Some deposits that produced historic treasures have become less productive over time. As availability decreases, exceptional stones become even more valuable. Today, top-quality spinels can command astonishing prices. Rare specimens have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some extraordinary gems have reached prices that once seemed impossible for a stone few people recognized. The world was finally beginning to understand spinel's true worth. But the biggest secret was still hidden, and it changes everything. The most shocking fact about spinel is not its beauty. It is not its rarity. It is not even its royal history. The greatest secret is that spinel may have influenced human history more than almost any other gemstone, while remaining completely anonymous. Think about it. For centuries, rulers believed they possessed legendary rubies. Those stones shaped political alliances. They became symbols of power. They appeared in royal ceremonies. They inspired admiration and envy. They traveled through wars and empires. Yet many of those famous treasures were actually spinels. The gemstone hidden in plain sight helped create some of the world's most important royal collections. It sat on crowns. It decorated treasures. It witnessed the rise and fall of kingdoms. And almost nobody knew its true identity. Imagine spending hundreds of years celebrated under someone else's name. Imagine becoming famous without receiving any credit. That was the story of spinel. The truth was even more surprising. Its long history of mistaken identity may have increased its fascination. Instead of diminishing its value, the discovery transformed spinel into one of the most intriguing gemstones ever studied. Collectors became captivated by its hidden past. Historians became fascinated by its role in royal treasures. Scientists admired its remarkable properties. What was once considered a mistake became part of the stone's legend. Today, spinel stands proudly on its own, no longer confused with rubies, no longer hidden in the shadows. It has finally claimed its place among the world's great gemstones. And perhaps that is what makes spinel so special. Its story is not simply about beauty. It is about identity. It is about truth. It is about a treasure that spent centuries waiting for the world to recognize it. Some gems become famous because everyone knows their name. Spinel became legendary because almost nobody did. Hidden inside crowns, buried in history, protected by kings, carried across ancient trade routes, and quietly watching as the world misunderstood it for generations. Today, when light passes through a magnificent spinel, it reveals more than color and brilliance. It reveals a story of mystery, deception, discovery, and survival. A story that reminds us that sometimes the greatest treasures are not the ones everyone recognizes. Sometimes the most extraordinary things in the world are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to finally see them for what they truly are. And that is the unforgettable mystery of spinel.